What's up, fellow Drops fans? We've got a Costa Rica Volcan Azul Natural coffee coming at you from Bird Rock Coffee Roasters today. Let's get into it. What's up, fellow Drops fans, and coffee lovers everywhere? My name is Haley. I am your local resident Q grader coming at you live from Fellows formerly Pink Room, the Gray Room Studios at Fellows San Francisco storefront and playground. Here to talk to you about a straight up natural coffee today from Bird Rock Coffee Roasters in San Diego. Shout out to Bird Rock. What's up, y'all? It's a really delicious Costa Rica coffee. Before I tell you what's so special about it, let me tell you how I'm brewing it. So I'm using 22 grams of coffee in to 350 grams of coffee out. So I'm brewing at that about 16:1 that I stick to, pretty standard. Brewing at 205 degrees, also pretty standard. I ground at a 5.2 on Ode with SSP burrs, which is about a 4.2 Ode Gen 2 and about a 3.2 Ode Gen 1. So pretty medium. I bloomed 44 grams and then I broke bloom at around 38 seconds, so let it bloom for a little bit long. And then I poured up to 150 grams. After the water level went down a bit, you saw me swirl about 5 times, swirl the dripper about 5 times with a little gentle agitation. I just poured up to 250 grams and I'm going to finish at 350 grams with 5 more swirls of gentle agitation. This will probably be a quicker brew, somewhere between 2 minutes 30 and 3 minutes. Of course, pour over times, brew times, like total drawdown times, totally vary. So don't get discouraged if it goes a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. Taste, in the end, is king. All right, I'm gonna do my last pour here. And after my last pour, we actually have something very special for you today. We are going to be joined from afar by Jacob from Bird Rock Coffee Roasters. Jacob is going to share his brew recipe and his thoughts on this coffee. So without further ado, after I do my 5 swirls of agitation, we're going to turn it over to Jacob. Jacob, it's all you.
Welcome. My name is Jacob White, and I'm the coffee buyer at Bird Rock Coffee Roasters in San Diego. And today we are brewing the Costa Rica Volcan Azul Caturra Natural. It's produced by Alejo Castro, again, Caturra variety, so nice classic profile, but also it's got Alejo's impeccable natural processing on it. So for my gear, I'm all fellowed out. I ground on a 7 on the Opus grinder. I've got my kettle set to 205. And I'm using 20 grams of coffee to 320 grams of water, so a 1:16 ratio. So I'll just get brewing, and then we can talk about it as I go. So first pulse, 40 grams, and I'm going to let it rest like that just for 30 seconds. Just letting it bloom, right? We all know how this goes. Getting those gases out so I can get a better extraction. At the 30-second mark, I'm going to start adding 60 grams to 100 grams total. Yeah. So 30 seconds. I'm pouring 60 grams up to 100 grams total. Just start my pour in the center and just doing small spirals. And the goal here is just to kind of deflate that bed of coffee to make sure there aren't any buoyant grinds when I do my last pulse. This last one's going to be really large, and it's going to be the entire remaining 220 grams of water. And we're at 1 minute. So again, starting my pour right in the center, small spirals. I'm not rinsing the filter itself. I'm just focusing on doing those spirals and kind of distributing that agitation. So given this is a natural processed coffee, it's more soluble than a washed. And in this particular case, That means we're really just trying to shoot for a quick and efficient extraction. We don't need to do a ton of pulses. This coffee is plenty soluble, so we're just trying to get the bed compacted and to rinse the water through almost as quickly as possible. So I'm at 320 grams. I'm shooting for about 2 to 2:15 for a total extraction time. Looks like I'm going to be at about 2 minutes on the dot. Yeah, 2 minutes. Great. So we did some TDS readings with this earlier, and we were at 20% extraction. So even though this sounds really fast, 2 to 2:15, honestly, this coffee is soluble enough that it's perfect. Really just trying to get those flavors out as quickly as possible without getting any kind of astringency or over extraction.
Jacob, thank you so much for joining us in that segment. It is always so good to hear from roasters how they're brewing their coffee. So got options this week, fellow Drops fans, on brew suggestions, brew recipes. But regardless, this delicious, deeply fruited coffee giving me a lot of maraschino cherry vibes, a lot of like deep red fruit vibes, little cacao nibs. It's just a really exemplary, deeply fruited, naturally processed coffee. So enjoyable however you brew it. As always, it is easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back the amount of bags you would like, 1 to a million, however many. We're not here to judge, we're just here to supply. If you wouldn't like any coffee this week, don't text us back. We won't charge you or send you unnecessary coffee. We'll just text you next week with another deliciously curated selection. Please drop us a line in the comment section. I always love to hear from you if you've got any questions, comments, or just want to say hi. I do love hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I will see you next week with another Brew Guide video. Bye, y'all.